we need to learn how it works. We need to look at it and understand every button on that Microsoft Word and how it works. Like yesterday, we looked at the overview. When you open the Microsoft Word, what you see, and we looked at the home button under the ribbon. So we touched the home button and every button under it. So you look at, you see all the groups, the panels under the home button. We looked at them, each and every one of it yesterday. So if you were not there, you can go check what was done. So I'll just give you a rundown of what we did. So we looked at the Microsoft Word. Just when you open it, what do you see? You will see the title bar. When you look up, you will see the title of the document you are working on. That's the left hand side top. You will see my cursor there. So what is happening here? So why is it you coming up? Why is it showing those? What it used to have, I don't know. Whatever it used to have, I'm trying to get that sorted. And why is it going that way? Okay, so we are looking at the Microsoft buttons. Sorry for the interruption. So we looked at the overview, what we see. So we see the title. That's the title bar at the top left of the screen. You can see my cursor. So that's where you see the title of the document you are working on. If you already saved it, you will see the name you gave the document. If you haven't, then you will see it named as document. Maybe it will show you the type of document it is. It's in Word. Then you will see your editing area. You will see the ribbons. When you see this, the title bar here, then under it you see the ribbons. This ribbon, they organize the tools. So when you look at home, you will see every tool under home. When you look at insert, you will see every tool under insert, each and every one of them. So you see the tools that you need to work with. So the next you will look at, if you're using a very old version, then you will see another bar that's the quick access. There you will see all the shortcuts, the short commands like your print preview, your copy. So you will see there. Then this area that's you see the cursor is moving around is called the editing area. So you type your documents here. You want to type a sentence, you want to type a number. This is where you will do the typing. Then by your right hand side, you will see this. It's called the scroll bar. So you scroll up and down the document. So that is how it works. Then you look down here, you will see the status bar. So here it will give you important information like the number of pages this document has, which page are you working on. So I'm on page 9 here now. If I scroll later, you see it will change. So that will be on page 8 here. So it will tell you that you're on page 8 of 33 page of this document. And the document I'm working with now, it has 4,363 words already. So you see the language that I'm working on. It's English, UK English. I can change it to any other language that I want it to be. It can be English, United Kingdom, it can be English, United States, it can be Afrikaans. So whatever you want to change it, or maybe what's the document require you change it in that area. So we also looked at the home. So when we looked at the home, we saw the home is the most common used. That's the most common used. Let me remove these highlights. That's here. That's the most common used ribbon. That's the most common of the ribbon tabs. So you see all your paste, you see how you do your title, the fonts, the paragraph, the style. So they are all under home. So today we are going to be starting with the insert. So we are working on the insert, so it's quite important that you listen, or you maybe you revisit this when you have the time. You can visit it. If you are there, you can tap invite others. Okay, let me just see what's happening here. And if you have any question from what we did yesterday, you can just put out the question and let's get an answer to them. So for this, so we have the insert here. So this is the insert that we are looking at. When you see the insert, you will see the cover page, you see the blank page, the page break. So this is under the page group. So under the page group, we have this. You use the page cover when you want to give maybe an official page cover. Like now you can see there are different types of page cover that you can use. You can use it when you are writing proposal. You can use it when you are writing any document. You don't need to go through designing it unless you want to get something very unique. Then you can use any of those. So this is the one I've inserted. So now I can just put my title, the title of this document here. Then it has already copied my name. I'll put the company and address. If I don't want, I can just delete this area. So it makes it quite easy for you if you use that page cover to put an automatic page, making it look very official and very stylish. Then for page blank page, it used to be very difficult earlier when you want to add a blank page. You're asking yourself, you keep using your enter. That was very long ago, but now you can just put up a new page. You want to start a new page, maybe for a new chapter, you just have to put your cursor where you want it to be. Like here, I will insert a blank page. So you see I have a blank page before there now, so I can actually work on this. That's how to add the blank page. So for the page break that happens in insert is quite different from the one that you will see in layout. You know, there is a page break here. I want you to look at it. You see the page break. If you are seeing my cursor, you will see the page break. Then when I open the layout, which I'm going to treat, maybe that will take after the design, then it will be the layout. When you look at here, you see the breaks here. So we still have page breaks here, and you see that it's quite a lot in here than it is with insert. So with insert, you are just forcing the writing or the write-up or the paragraph to start in a new page. If I want this to go to a new page and I don't even want whatever, maybe I'm going to be writing more in this section and I don't want it to join up or maybe to push, I will just put a page break here and it will push it to a new page. So now that you've inserted a page break, you will ask yourself, okay, what if I want to change, if I want to remove this page break, what do I do? It's quite easy. Like I said yesterday, you go to home, then you look at these, you show paragraphs, so it will show you all the paragraph marks. There you will see these are all the paragraphs marks. So it's going to show you where your page break is. So when you see your page break, you can just remove it. This is your page break. So when you see where you added the page break, you just have to highlight it and click delete and it's gone. So I will undo and get back the document as it was. Then I will remove the paragraph marker because it's quite annoying when you see all those little dots everywhere. Then that's it for the pages. So if there is any question, you can just ask, and I will be here often, maybe every Wednesday, Thursday, to refresh this. So you can just ask questions whenever you visit. So the next group is the table. So in this table now, that is how you add table to your document. If you want to create a table, then this is the place you can create a table. When you click on this drop down, you will see you can automatically just count. Maybe you want to do a 3 by 4 table, so you go 3 by 4. Then it's going to, right, you go 3 by 4, then it's going to give you the table. See, as I'm moving, you can see the table being added. If you look closely, you see, okay, this is 2 by 2, this is 3 by 3, this is 3 by 4. So 3 by 4, you can see then I can just click and it will start the table. So I will start working on the table if that is, but make sure that your cursor is where you want the table to be. You can see now it's in between, where that is not where I want it to be. I can still take it out of that place, but that doesn't really make much sense. It's good if I wanted this table to be in this space. Let me just say I want this table to be here, so I will click the insert, then add the table there, add it where I want it to be. Why is it? I think it's okay. Is it from my internet or what? So I can add the table here, then work on it. So after, I will still let you know how to manipulate this table. If you want the border, if you don't want any border within it or outside it, there is a way to take those out, or you can choose different styles of table here. Now you can just make your choice how you want your table to be, but that depends on the requirements of the document you are working on. Especially if you are working on an official document, most times they have a format for their table, so you need to be sure what they want. Then you can use that format and then prepare your table. But this is the simplest form of that table. Then if I don't want to use what I have used now to add that table, what I can use to add the table is to go to insert, then this is table, then I'll go to insert table, then it's going to bring out a pop-up. So it's showing me that I have 5 by 2 like I had earlier. Okay, let me just say I want 4 by, that's 5, that's 4 by 2. Then I'll just ask it to insert 4 by 2, so you can see that's 4 columns by 2 rows. So I have it now. So I can, that's another way of inserting your table. Another way you can also insert your table is to use the drawing. So you can draw your table yourself. You can just okay, it says, okay, I have the drawing, I have my marker now to draw. Let me just draw anywhere. Now it's okay, I've put this. Now I'll start cutting it into how many ways I want it to be, you see. So that's another way you can draw your table, and then you add whatever you want to add to it. You can also erase that table using this eraser. Just you click and erase the table as you want it to be. You just erase them. So let's go back to the insert. So you can also use Excel spreadsheets. This is quite important if you want to use formulas in your table. You don't want to start doing all the calculation, 2 plus 3. You want to put the formula in the equation in that cell, so it will calculate it automatically. So you can just import your Excel spreadsheet. You just click that, okay, it should import your Excel. When you import your Excel, you see this is how it is. You work as if you are working in your Excel. When you click out here, it's just like any other normal table, but your formula can help you make things faster and easier for you, so you can edit it. Another way of inserting your table is to use the quick table, but that depends on the type of table you want to insert. Because here, if you want to make create a calendar, or just you look at all these, you have samples of, if they look like what you want, you can insert them. Maybe you just change the entries in it, those numbers and the figures in it. Okay, that is it for the table. So we've done the pages and we've done the tables. So the next one that we'll be looking at, that's this panel, this group called illustration. So it's an important part of our writing, our presentation, especially if you're working that you need to present some images, you need to present some charts, then you will need to learn how to use this illustration. That's how you make illustration. So the first button you will see under that illustration is the picture. So in the picture, you can just go to your device and get a picture that you already saved. So when you click here, it's going to take you to your own your stored documents. Then you can pick whatever picture you want to pick from there and add. Then you can also go to that picture and then generate an image. That's if you have the AI, or if you have what it takes to generate the image, you generate image. Then there are stock images that we have already. in MS Word. So you can click on that stock image and you just pick any one of them and insert, then you have it there. And when you insert it, you can actually resize it as you want it to be. You can resize it, you can drag it as you want it to be. So but that depends on the type of image that you want. So you can just use their stock image, and that's one. Once a stock image, you know, is something that you can use. Then another image, another picture that you can get is to get your picture from online. You can go to online, then you search for pictures, and you search for pictures online, then you just insert it, and when you insert it, it's going to appear. Let's just choose one. So you insert it. When you insert it, it will appear. So that is just it. Now you have that image. Maybe you were writing about this animal, you go online and get a picture and you add to it. So but be careful with copyright problems. So it's very important that you do the right thing. Use the ones that they say is free. There are so many that you can use, especially for academic works and maybe things that are not commercial. So there are things that you can use. That's for the picture. So you can use shape. Shape is very important for those that are doing if you want to draw, arrows, circles, you want to draw a chart, you want to show the processes of what you did, you want to draw your schematic diagram, those your figures. So this is where you go. Then you choose any of the shapes that you want. When you choose it, you can just click where you want it to be to appear, and most times it will appear in the color is saved. Most times it comes in this color, so you can change it to any color you want it to be. It can be black, white. You can make it colorless also. You choose the one that doesn't have any color, then when you click on it, then you have it without color. You can make it to be white. If you're working with white, you just want it to show what is in it, so you choose the colors there. That's where you choose the color and change it. And also you can just look at the feel. Also make it maybe black. You can fill it again, make it no feel, so it doesn't have any feel. If I say no feel, you can see how it is. So now you can see behind it. So that depends on what you are doing. You can manipulate it. Even the effect, maybe you want it to have shadow, you want it to have reflection. So it's just to make it beautiful, maybe to communicate what you want your audience to know. Okay, we are in a SAT. Remember, we are working on the SAT, so we've talked about the shape. So under the shape, you have so much that you can get, even the arrows. If you are drawing a diagram, you want to show your flow chart, you want to show the process, so you can use this to create that diagram. And after creating it, you like I told you yesterday, you can go back to your home, then go to your editing. Use the select object, you select them all, then you click group, then you group it, so it will be one piece of figure. If you understand it, that is okay. If you don't understand it, you can ask questions. Then that is it for the shape. So you can also use icons. Icons are just like all those like you have your emojis, and maybe what you use, maybe your bullet, you want to use it as a bullet, or you want to use it to illustrate one of your sentences, or maybe your PowerPoint. So you can pick the icons from here. There are different kinds of icons. You have images, you have icon, you have cutout people, stickers, illustrate. So you can just pick any one of them and illustrate what you want us to understand. Then we also have the 3D models. So the 3D models, you can get them from the stock model, you can get them from your own device, that's from your own pictures that you already stored. And we have smart arts that you use in showing things, like if they are just illustrative visual arts that you can use, then you manipulate it, add your own information to it. Like you want to show a list. When you want to show a list, there are arts that you can use to show the list. If you want to show processes, that this led to this and this led to this, then you can choose. If you want to show circles, hierarchy relationship. So this is where you pick it from, and remember that it's not fixed, like this is what I have now. Let's just say what I wanted to illustrate is will only be 4 items, so I don't need these 2, so I can just click on this and also delete it. You see, so when you delete it, you can just add as many and delete as many as you want, and also change the format, the color you want it, the way you want it, it can be changed. Okay, that is it for the smart arts. Then the charts, there you can insert bar charts, pie charts, every kind of charts that you can imagine to make illustrations. Maybe you want to show the trend, you want to show how the portions were divided. Maybe use your pie charts, you can see you can insert those. So that is what you can do with insert. So the next panel, that's the next group under the inserts that we are going to be looking at, is online videos. You can actually go and get videos. You can get videos, but that's you have to add the link, the web address of where you want it to, where you want to get it from. Then you insert. You can insert videos in your documents, in your Microsoft documents. That is how beautiful it has become. I think this feature is not something that was common earlier. There we had other things like the add-in. I think in 2013 version and the earlier version you have add-in here, but add-in now is in home. Like we did that yesterday, you see the add-in. So that's where it used to be in the start, so you can add in whatever you want to add in a start. But now you see these if you are using the latest, like this subscription package of Microsoft Word 365, you will see that you have the online media, that's the video. You can insert video in your documents. Is very wonderful. Then another important panel that we're going to be looking at now is the links. Then this, you use it to make your work easier. You want to cross-reference, you want to know where you are each time, you don't want to keep scrolling. Maybe you want to get back to one particular information, then you just have to link it, create a link, you create a hyperlink, you save it, then you can bookmark it, then you can cross-reference it. When you put a cross-reference, then it will pick it from wherever. Let me see if there is any in this thing that I did already. Let me see the bookmark. I haven't think I've deleted them all. So let me do this then. Bookmark one. Let's link this. So we try to insert link, and this link now I'm inserting it. Okay, let me say this is what I want to insert. These options you can customize. Okay, now I've inserted it here, so all I have to do is anytime I want to go there, I will just control click and it takes me to what I've linked it to. So that is how it works. Then if I want to bookmark it, then I can just come and also add and bookmark whatever I've done, so it can lead me there. But cross-referencing is something that is very important, especially if you have all those hyperlinks. Maybe you've done your table of contents, which I'm still going to teach you when we get to referencing. You've done your table of contents using the heading styles. You've done your list of figures, list of table. Those are hyperlinks, so you want to cross-reference them. This is where you are going to be cross-referencing them. I think when we get to the referencing, then I will have to bring you back here, because that is where it works very well. So we have a lot of hyperlinks that we can just reference. When we click and say, okay, see below or below or above, when you click it, immediately takes you to the figure or it takes you to the table. Okay, now for the comments, you can just, if you want to make a comment, maybe there is something you want to remember about this, you can just add a comment. And when you add a comment in that conversation, let me just say, so I've added a comment, so it will be there. So whenever I'm reading, I can come back to this comment and find out what was in it. Maybe I wanted to ask a question, maybe I wanted to read it again, or maybe there is something I wanted to pick, so I'll just put the comment there. But remember, it's different from what we are going to see in review, and how the comments in review works is this one now is quite more detailed than just making a comment about what you have seen. You can also use that if you don't have a lot to do, maybe making corrections, then you can just use that comment to communicate what you think about the paragraph, the sentence, maybe the page. So now we are under the header and the footer. This is very important for those that whenever you see something like this, let me see if I have any header. Let me see, I should see it in cross-reference if I have headers. Do I have any footer? Yes, I do have footer, so this is it. I have footer. So there is one footer in this distance. So now if you want to have maybe a heading for every page, a heading that will appear in every page in this document, or a footer, a footnote that is going to appear in every page in this document. So this is where you are going to insert it from. You use these buttons to insert it. So what you do here is to click on this space. When you click it, you see it's outside the editing area. Once you click and it's highlighted, it's open, this other place is deactivated, so you can't work on this other space in the editing space. So here you type what you want to see. Let's just say I'm saying MS Word. Maybe MS Word. Now if we close it, you see the MS Word is there, and this is page 1, so you will see it in all the pages as the header for this document. And when we get to because sometimes you want it to appear on only 2 pages and not in the rest of all the documents, so you will see how you can use the section break to make that happen, and that will be happening when we study the layout. So you see how you use your layout. Layout is very important when it comes to formatting your document, especially if it is an official document. You want your document to look neat, so you will need to learn how to use your layout. So this is the header now, and if I have a footnote, maybe I've said everything I wanted to say, and I said everything I wanted to say. Let me just say let's choose a place. Okay, we say cover page, and this, and I want to put a note here. I want you to understand what this is, so I will go use the footnote. I'll click footnote, so it's going to number it. I'll say, okay, type where do I want it to appear. I want it to appear blank. Okay, footnotes, so you can choose any style here. So I just choose this. I will write that is beautiful. Just say beautiful. That is why I wanted to use that. See, it's showing beautiful here, but you can see where it is. This is the cover note now. Put it. Let me into this again. Hey, have you had your milk yet? The second one. Okay, now we have okay, that's the best. Let me just tap in it a minute and leave it. So you see, and the cover note is just at that you see, it's everywhere. No, I want it to be under here. Delete. So when you delete it, is to delete from every. It's not going to appear anywhere else. Okay, that's the footnote. When you use the footnote, it's going to appear on every one of them. It's when you use the end note that it will be at the end of that paragraph on that page. So that is the footer. So for your pagination, because you need to add page on all your documents whenever you want to submit your paper, or you are writing, you need to paginate it. It makes it easy for you to know where you are in case you print it out. But it's easy now when you are doing it online, because you can just look at these your status bar. You will see which page you are in, which is page 3 now. So if I want to officially add a footnote, so I will just go and click on the footnote, the page nation. I want to add a page number. So I'll click on this page number now. It will give me, okay, do I want it on the top? Do I want it at the bottom of the page? Do I want it at the margin? You know where the margins are. Do you want it, which the current position where it has been? So you choose where you want it to be. Most times I like my page number to be at the bottom of the page and on the right. So I go to this. When I click this and insert, you will see it has appeared. So it's one of those footers. So it's on the footnotes. That's where it is. It's not in the editing area, is in the footer. So when you want to change it, if there is anything that makes you want to change it, it will still be here. That is where you will do what you want to do. But the thing is that it will run continuously from the beginning of the page to the end of the page. In case you are writing your thesis and while you're writing your dissertation, you know, it doesn't just run from page 1. You don't start numbering from your first page to the last page. Sometimes you need it to you need to use the Roman numerals, you need to use the Arabic numerals, you need to the cover page needs to be without number even. So you will need to use the section break to do that, and that we are going to be seeing in the layout how to use it. So that is it for the header, footer, page number now. So we have come to the test. So this is the group that we call the test group. Here we have the test board. When do you use the test box? Test box, you use the test box when you want to add a note that you can move around. Maybe you want to lay emphasis, maybe you want to give a little more information, or there are so many things that will make you want to use a test board. Let's just use it. Let's get one. The simplest one is this. There are different styles. They already should I say already made for you. So you choose the style you want. You want it to be by the side, like the grid sidebar. You want it like filigree quotes, any way you want it. So you can just click and it appear where you put, where your cursor is already existing. So this one now goes anywhere, whether it is the footer, whether it's the editing area. Once it's in the test box, you can move it around, you can put it anywhere. You can also reshape it, you can also resize it as you want, as you wish. Let me use another one. Insert, then we go to the test box, then let me choose this. So now it's here in this sidebar. You see it's making it fanciful, like you see in some articles. You will see this sidebar where they're using it to explain, maybe give response to answers, or maybe innovative answers. So you can just type in here and let us know what you want us to read. So that is how they, but the joy in it is that you can move it around. Once you put the text in it, you can move that text to anywhere. So it's not going to, you don't need to copy and start moving. You just need to carry this box and it goes. Then you can resize it, you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger also. Okay, now for the under the text, then we have this is the quick pass here. This will work on all the auto tests. Maybe if you store your name in this computer already, you want is it your name that you can just click and it's going to bring out what you want. Author text here, and the property of these documents, the abstract, the author name. If you have input them, it's going to just bring them out immediately. The field also you can insert. Then those are not something used often, but if you want, you can. It's quite easy. So you just use those to, like, I want to put the author in there. You see, because my name is already there, so it will bring it fast and very, I don't need to type it. It will just appear where the cursor is. Not only names, even dates. Also, I can use it to get the date. So I want to add the date of okay, that's category comment. So title. So those are the things that I can use it for. Then for the date, I can just go, okay, objects, this for dates, then today's date, any format. And why it is good to use this to add date, you can actually just click on update automatically to be updating it as you work. So if you return tomorrow and you still work on it, it will update it. It will give it the current date. And here you can choose the format of the date and time that you want to see on that document, and just click and it will appear. Then for this, now you can use it to bring objects to this document. You want to embed objects, you get objects from other documents and put it in this document you are working on. Is something that I really like now, because now let's just say I'm typing on this document, I want to show you something else, maybe what I thought, or maybe what we have been saying, or what I thought in the morning. I can just say, okay, it's that maybe this is these are the document, these are the things that I can work from, I can get information from. So if I say, okay, let me get it from documents, that is, okay, let's just say this document, and I say, okay, see, it has brought this. I can work, I can just put some things in here. Just undo. It's taking time. Okay, then the object also can be it can be a cell. I can just work on a cell directly on this document. I will tell it to insert a cell, then it will bring it, and then I'll work on it directly on this document. So I don't need to go and open a cell, then I'll work on it. I can also work on what do you call it, a PowerPoint. You know, I used to ask, how do I get my PowerPoint? Then I will go to PowerPoint. After making the PowerPoint presentation, I will start copying the pages to come and paste here. So you can actually just insert that PowerPoint directly to this page and work on it. Let me get the PowerPoint. Let's get a PowerPoint. Okay, the first one I did was PowerPoint slide, really. Okay, the next one is document. Maybe I just wanted to get information from a document, or maybe I want to type on a document, then I will get it. I will type it directly. So let's just close this. So that is how we use this test. That's what the test does for us. I don't know if there is anything I'm missing. Okay, for the drop now. So if you want to lay emphasis, like you see on magazines, you see you're writing and you want it very stylized, you want it very, very beautiful. So it's in this test that you make your test beautiful. So you can use drop. I just say I want to, this is where in this academic, that is, okay, academic. So I will come here, I'll say, okay, let me use the drop. Here it is at none, so there is no drop. So if I click drop, you can see that the A is now very big and it's looking very stylish and very emphatic. I can make it to be in a margin that every other thing will be towards the right and it's standing alone. So you have to look at it twice to understand why it is standing that way. So that is what you use the style, the drop to do, the drop cap to do. So you can also use this to make your your work fanciful, you change the text, the way it looks, how it is presented. You can say this is how you can do it. So many things you can do. So that is how that works. So now let's look at the test. So for the test now, okay, we are done with the test. If there is any question, you can ask later. So the next one is your equations. So this is the place you can find your common equations in mathematics and in some other, maybe in economy. So you can just come here and see if it looks like what you want. You just insert it. After you must have insert, then you manipulate, change what you want, the figures, change the numbers in it to make it the way you want it. So instead of starting from the beginning to go look for where your chi is, where your sigma is, so it's better you just look. If you already have it in your in the equation panel, then you can just use it. The same thing you do with the symbols and the equation. So that's insert, you go to this equation, this is the symbol. So I think there is something I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for the signature. I don't know where I missed it. Okay, you can add signature, but before you use this signature in Microsoft Word, you must have created an electronic signature. So if you have typed a contract and you want people to sign it, so you click on this of micro office signature and get it. And get it done. So when you fix that, and the people can now sign, but they must have electronic signature for them to be able to use it. I think we will end it here today, and it has been a lovely day. If it helped you one way or the other, you can just support by sharing it. Maybe you like it, you subscribe and follow. Thank you for being there.